Hi guys. What's that? What's that? Well, funny you ask. That's a sign that has my friggin' logo on it, dude. Actually, my friend Morley helped me create this sign. Morley works with wood. He 3D prints. He works with leather. He's just a general handyman. I think he can do anything in the world, actually. He messaged me one day being like, hey, I make these signs. Do you want one? I said, I could use a sign. And then he said, hey, do you want to paint the sign? And I said, I could paint the sign. And then that's what happened. And there it is. So if you want to know exactly how that happened, watch this video. I'm going to show you how I painted the sign and how we hung it, but go and look at Morley's video as well, because he shows you behind the scenes of the 3D printing, of making the sign, of assembling the sign, of then hanging the sign. He shows you everything. So watch his video first, and then come back and watch mine. So obviously, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, DM me on Instagram, and follow me on Instagram. So now it's sign time, baby. Here's me holding the sign. Let's go. So from what I've seen from Morley, he's a whiz at 3D printing and almost everything else in the world. So he 3D printed my logo, and I'm going to be real honest here. I don't know what this entails. I have absolutely no clue, but he does explain it in his video, so definitely go check that out. It just looks very cool and very technical, right? Yeah, so he, you know what, let him explain that, go to his video. But yeah, he 3D printed my logo and then brought all the pieces that I needed over to my house so we could have a look at them. So he brought over those pieces, and he also brought over this white wooden board that is actually what I'd be painting. Yeah, we just laid everything out and like got a sense of what it would look like.
To get lights in the eye, the dot of the eye as well.
Ooh, cool.
So, you got branches, which will go there.
Yes.
And then I also printed like, I'm kind of getting lost in here, but like the.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know, like if you wanted to paint those as well. These are just, they're so small that it would just be like.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
So all of these will be attached together. And then
cool.
It'll be kind of like this.
Cool.
So that would be like.
Cool. That's gonna be so cool.
And then the wires will get to the back. Everything will be in the back. Okay, cool.
I also have been thinking about like where I want to put it, because like I'm trying to think about like where I film, and like I feel like obviously this wall, like the middle of there.
Oh yeah, that would be sick.
And then like I film here, and I like sometimes film here. So like if I filmed here more, like it would be right in the background.
Wow, these look so good.
Oh, thank you.
I saw those on your Instagram today.
I haven't even thought of like what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, and like take your time. I have no timeline. Like if it takes you a week, a month, a day, just let me know and I can come back. Because I was like, if you want, I can leave the pieces with you if that's helpful. But I can also just like bring them back.
Yeah.
And then once you're ready, I can come back and just like set it all up.
Yeah. Maybe you can take the pieces because I don't want to like mess with them.
Okay.
But like I'll lay everything out and like take a picture just to get like placement. Cool stuff. Let me get a picture of everything like laid out.
Oh yeah, that's good.
After he left, I just started playing around on my iPad. I came up with a rough draft of kind of what I wanted the piece to look like. I already had somewhat of an idea in my head, but it's always good to plan it out first. There's some things that I always include in my illustrations. It's kind of like my style, I guess you'd say. That would include these contour lines and little blobs and always some floral line work. So this is just me planning all that out. Because this is a rough draft, I'm not going into detail with the leaves and what they'd look like. I kind of like that to be spontaneous and figure out what I'd like to draw in the moment, but this is just kind of mapping them out. And now it's time to get messy. I am currently mixing the blue color for the base of the board, which is what you saw on the iPad there. So I'm mixing blue and some white and then a little bit of yellow. And then I mix that all together and I just add whatever colors I think is needed. So I always play around with it. I felt like I needed more yellow and a little bit of red because it was looking a little bit too blue. And I wanted this color to be blue, but more on the green side, if that makes sense. So I'm going in with my first coat, and this coat is very watered down because I don't want any texture from the paint because I'm gonna have to go over it with one more coat. So just a very, very thin layer, and I'm making sure I'm covering the entire board, even the edges as well. And then I will let that dry for about 20 minutes and then go on with a second coat. When the first layer dried, I actually felt like it was a little too dark, so I ended up adding more white, and this color turns kind of grayish, but I wasn't mad at it. I really liked the color. Again, with a second thin layer, I'm just making sure I'm getting full coverage on the edges as well. I want it to be a very even tone. And then I went on to mix my second color. This is a beige ivory color, and I'm using it to paint the first blobs. So these blobs, they don't have to look like anything, I don't know, specific, because they're kind of an underpainting. Like a lot goes on top of them. So I just want to make sure they're like a fun shape, and again, they've got even coverage. Going in with my second layer after the first one dried, and I'm crisping up the edges so they're not as textured. I kind of want like a nice clean edge to the blob. And I didn't plan this, but I ended up adding a second little blob over there because sometimes I feel uncomfortable when one color isn't multiple places in a piece. I just feel like it's better to keep the viewer's eye bouncing around. Now I'm just going in with the second color, kind of like a pinky beige color. No real plan for this, very spontaneous. I just want some color other than that blue in the background. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do with my illustrations. I really enjoy these contour lines that I do. I remember one day I just like started drawing them, and then I became absolutely obsessed with them, and I incorporate them into every single illustration I do now. And what I really love is that there's no real rules for this. Like if you just watch me, I'm just literally drawing lines as if they're following each other in a circle. Then I, like, once I've got it all mapped out, I go and start like playing with the width of each line. So I like some parts to like be more thick, some more thin. I feel like that really adds variety in like these contour lines. Usually when I finish doing the blobs and the contour lines, I then assess what else does this need, what color is missing that I love, and what are like awkward spots that need filled. And then I just fill it with little dots and stuff, which are super cute. And now is the juicy part, the best part that brings all my illustrations together always. I love, love, love doing line work over all of my illustrations. I find it is the most beautiful thing ever. I'm getting so good at drawing flowers, and so obviously I knew this needed to be done with this sign. Like, there's no way I couldn't paint the sign without doing line work on it. Right now I'm just getting all my line work done and mapping out where I want each flower and each leaf to go, because I do need to take into consideration that a lot of this illustration will be covered by the 3D printed pieces of my logo. So I just need to make sure they're all in like a good spot where they're not going to be completely covered. And I just gotta say, I've been getting like so good at drawing flowers and leaves lately. I used to have to look at pictures and stuff, but I can do it pretty much out of memory now. So I'm kind of proud of that. And like, I just love the way these look. They're so pretty. Now that everything's mapped out, we go into my absolute favorite part ever, and this is the line work. So I love to draw the outlines, but what I love way more is just the tiny little lines and shadows that I draw in the petals and in the leaves. It just makes everything look so beautiful, and this is absolutely my favorite style ever. You'll see as it starts coming together, the direction of the line work depicts kind of depth of the flowers. So the more shadows, it's going to be further in space, but also like the direction of each line is showing like where the petal and the leaf is falling, which is really, really cool. So as I was finishing up the final parts of the illustration, I texted my buddy Morley and was like, hey man, I think I'm done. What's next? And he said, it's go time, baby. Here is the final illustration before we put all the shapes on. So very, very, very exciting.
Sarah painted the sign, did an awesome job. And so now we are going to mount the letters that have the LEDs installed. Go like here. We'll use the screws as standoffs, and then this I think I was telling you about last time. This is the French cleat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll screw one of these to the back of this, and then the other one to the wall, and then we'll just be able to slide it right into hanging.
Cool, cool,
Ooh,
cool.
So
It's gonna look good.
Curious how these are gonna look over the other flowers. We don't actually even have to put them on if you don't want.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It's up to you, but it might clash.
Yeah, that might clash there. We'll see. Maybe we could just do the things and then we'll.
Like the last thing.
Yeah. So we did some construction in my kitchen, and Morley told me that the sawdust coming from the board could kill me, so that was cool. I didn't die though, just in case anybody's worried, but yeah. Again, I'm just a painter, illustrator. If you want to know the logistics behind how this LED sign actually happened, go look at Morley's video. I can't help you with that, man. But if you want to see some pretty flowers, that I can assist you with. Oh, I love how they're popping out.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh, that looks so nice.
So yeah.
Oh, looks so good. Oh, did I press record? Yeah, okay. Beautiful.
Lovely.
As I moved things around and made room for the installation, Morley was my maid, and he attached a French cleat, which it sounds like some sort of like French soccer game or something. I don't know.
For now, tell me where to go.
Okay, I think a little bit higher up. Yes, and
Do you want centered over the shelf?
maybe a little bit more to the right. Yeah, I think that's good. Let me just give me 1 sec. Just need to like figure out where I put things.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. That's a good height.
Okay, so that's the top, that's the bottom. That's already almost level. All right.
Ooh.
Moment of truth. It's crooked, I'm not going to be happy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it looks so good. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
Yes, that looks awesome. Oh my goodness.
So you
Okay.
can dim it if you want.
Wow.
I actually find that like even though this doesn't look very bright, when I have it
Yeah.
in the background of mine,
Yeah,
like,
it looks
blows
bright.
It blows it out
Yeah.
unless it's on the dimness.
Now, of course, I had to stage it. So I got some plants, I got a vase. I just made sure it all looked pretty together for the videos and for the pictures.
It's so nice. Oh, that might be a bit too much.
Nice.
Oh, it looks so good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Yeah. Oh, and it was so like seamless too. Like nothing went wrong.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't scream or anything, but the lights in the eye weren't working.
Oh,
so I
really?
actually had to redo those lights.
Oh, so one thing went wrong.
Yeah. But
On my part, it was good.
Yeah, so here it is. I love it so much. I look at it every day as I'm sitting at my desk. Here's a little walkthrough of what it looks like in my studio with the mural as well. Just mwah, mwah, chef's kiss.
If you like this video and you enjoyed this collab, please let me know. Maybe Morley and I will do another project sometime. Until next time, take care. I love you. Oh shit, almost dropped it.